So it's kind of like intimidating to speak after such seasoned people, and I'm here like, I have something to say, so I'm going to say it. Actually, in preparation for today, I was reading about Kelley and Jasbir Puar, Freedom Dreams and Terrorist Assemblages, as well as Angela Davis's Freedom is a Constant Struggle. And because I thought if I was gonna like dress to impress and like sit on this panel with these dope people, that I better know what I was talking about. I felt that I needed to know the who, what, when, where, how, and why of Palestine, the Palestinian struggle. And at that time, I reflected on Angela Davis's interview with Frank Barat in 2014, where she addresses this fabricated assumption that we need to be an expert on an issue in order to stand in solidarity for it. And she actually poses the question of how do we create windows and doors for people who believe in justice to enter and join the Palestinian solidarity movement. So after several hours over the past week of reading these insightful works, I kind of took a step back and asked myself, pretty plain and simple, do I stand with Palestine? With hesitation, hell yes. Period, point blank, in discussion. And I sit there with my fists in the air, got my slack face on, and I'm ready to free Palestine. Like, I'm ready. I don't need to know much more about it, like I'm there. And it's really that simple. Not to say that it isn't important to gain like a deeper understanding of the specific history of the Zionist occupation of Palestine, but it is to say that young Black Americans should never question the bonds between oppressed peoples of color worldwide. We don't need validation from anyone. We don't need validation from white people. We don't need it from our families. We don't need it from our schools, our churches. We don't need it from not one person. So from here, after doing these readings and these reflections, I think about my brother Amin over here, Papa, if you will. And I think, and I ask myself, am I free in my Black body? And the answer is no. And I think, is my brother free in his brown body? And the answer is still no. And I think, are my people displaced by racist imperialism and settler colonialism? Yes. Are my brother's people displaced by imperialism and settler colonialism? Yes. Am I sick and tired of being sick and tired? Yeah, I'd say so. Is he sick? Yeah, we're all sick and tired of being sick and tired. So then, I don't need validation from anyone. We're going through the same thing. We experience it together. We talk about it together. There's nothing else that needs to happen. Like, I understand him, he understands me. There's like some solidarity there. There's some mutual understanding. And to refer back to Angela Davis's question, the window by which we as young Black people can enter and join the Palestinian solidarity movement is through this common quest for freedom. The common denominator is struggle, and it doesn't take any sort of special knowledge to know and really believe that. The first step towards bringing down white supremacy is leaving behind its capitalistic racial construction of identity barriers. Not to say that the particulars of our own individual struggles as African Americans, as Latinos, as indigenous peoples, as women, as queers, as the working class aren't important. No, not at all. But it is to say that we can't allow geography to get in the way of us seeing the larger picture. Or of us realizing that we're all saying fuck you to the same damn people. That is the door we need to walk through as young Black people to join the Palestinian solidarity movement. Now what happens once you walk through that door is all up to you. As a Black queer woman, I have to figure out what I can do with my talents, my resources, and my voice to take action in solidarity with Palestine. As an artist, I cannot shy away from directly addressing the Palestinian struggle within my work. As an indebted worker in our capitalist-driven society, I cannot fuck with institutions and regimes that financially support Israel's oppressive hand around my Palestinian brothers and sisters' throat. As a human being, I cannot stand idle as people are being violently displaced from their own, yes, I said own, land. It doesn't make sense. So I'll end on this note. We must take action. Palestinians don't need the good intentions and well wishes from the saviors of the West. Fuck that. They need people out there in the streets with them and for them around the world. I've said this to my people here at Decolonize this place several times, and I'll say it in this instance. Palestinians don't need allies. Black folks don't need allies. Fuck your ally, we need a warrior. Boycott, divestment, and sanctions, and free Palestine. Thank you.